Hi everyone, welcome to Sunshine House. We're here today to talk about the letter C and our friend Centipede. And there he is. Centipede is a funny animal. Children don't necessarily see him. He's going to come to school for the week and tell us about what centipedes do, where they live, and how maybe they affect our world. It'll be a great, fun, leggy kind of a week. But let's do our jingle, girls. C says Centipede. I have more legs than I need. So again, they're going to chant the little chant and build up the skill of memorizing that and also putting the sound of the centipedes in their little thought process. Lots of fun.
So in the afternoon for circle time, to kind of bring in SPA, we're going to say our jingle like we just did, and then this is actually called the SPA Baby Animal Stories. So every letter has a baby animal. So for centipede, it's called About Baby Centipede, and it's actually a really cool story. It talks about what they do in real life. So it talks about the baby centipede, how it hatches with her brothers and sisters from a tiny centipede egg, and she lives with her family under a log or a rock. And it talks about how she loves her world in the dark. She likes to crawl inside or under things, and she feels safe and warm. Talks about how her gold brown baby centipede is no bigger than a part of a toothpick. So a lot of times we'll get a toothpick and we'll show them. So this is a whole toothpick, and baby centipede is about this big, this part of the toothpick. So it kind of brings into life how big the actual centipede is. It talks about all her legs, and we'll count the legs.
Which is many. Yes.
And it talks about how she's hungry and she likes to hunt for insects and earthworms, and a lot of times we'll ask them, is that what you like to eat? And they'll be like, ew, no. And how she uses her antennas to help her walk, help her feel where she's going, and how she likes to crawl back into her rock or her log to cover, and then she can go on living in her own dark, cool home. And then usually there's like a little song or a little poem to go with it, and after that it has different questions. So it has 5 questions, and we'll ask the kids the questions, and a lot of times most of them know it. So where do baby centipedes hatch from? And so how it talked about in the beginning, centipedes hatch from an egg. Or where does baby centipede live? So it talked about how baby centipedes live in a rock, under a rock or under a log. So it's a lot of fun for them to hear the questions and remember, hey, I heard that in the story. So we'll do that with the SPA, and then we'll switch up to our song, which is called Walk, Walk, Walk. So we'll have them walking and with their 2 feet, and pretend to be centipedes with their 100 feet. So then we'll go into our book, and it's called Centipede's 100 Shoes. And it's actually a really cute book about a baby centipede who's walking, and he decides to accidentally stub his toe, and he's really sad, and he goes back to his mommy, and mommy kisses all his feet, all his 100 feet, because she doesn't know which foot got hurt. And she talks about how maybe he should wear some shoes. So they go to the shoe sales shoe bug, and he gives them 100 shoes because he has 50 legs on each foot. And then he puts on his shoes every morning. It talks about how it takes him a really long time, but he has 58 shoes left over, and it says because most centipedes only have 42 legs, which is still a lot. And then it's bedtime, and so as soon as he puts on his shoes, it turns into bedtime, and he all of a sudden has to take them off. And then the next morning, he puts his shoes on again, and he goes to his mommy, and he talks about how his feet are hurting him because the shoes are hurting him. So then mom decides maybe she should try it with socks on. So then they go to the sock person, and they have all his aunties and all his uncles who know how to knit him socks. And so then he puts on all his socks, and then he puts on all his shoes, and then he ties all his shoes, and then it's bedtime again, so he's going to take them all off again. And so the next morning he wakes up, and he decides that it's just too much work, and he's just going to have to be more careful. And he sells his shoes and his socks to all the spiders and critters that live around him. And that is the end of the story. It's actually a really cute, cute book. It's by Tony Ross. And so after that book, we'll go into matching our shoes. So I'll have these laid out, and each kid will get a different color. And so then I will hold up a color. So white, who has the white shoe? And whoever has the white shoe will come up and take this shoe. So then they have a pair of white shoes. And we'll just do it with all the colors, and it's a lot of fun for the kids. They come up and get 2 pairs of shoes, and it's really fun. So that's what we're going to be doing at one of our circle times this week.
Yeah, very good.
Seems like a fun circle time. In the afternoon, for art, since we're talking about things that are leggy, we're going to be doing an orange and black art with spiders. And you know how many legs does a spider have?
8.
So with the children's hands, I'm going to paint half of their hand, well, actually all of their hand, just not their thumb, and they're going to go ahead and they're going to put their handprint on one and then the other handprint on the other and make a hand spider. And then the children are going to get googly eyes and glue, and they can glue on their own eyes. So if they want to, they can have one big eye and one small eye to make their spider look a little sillier. But this is the art that we're going to do for that day. And don't be alarmed if your child has a little bit of black paint on their hands, because that's the art that we did that day.
It makes a great decoration for
it
Halloween.
does, it
for your
does.
home.
Yeah, you can put it on your fridge or on your door or up on the wall for your Halloween decorations. So be looking out for this art.
Yeah, it's also very sensory too, because when you're painting the children's hand, it feels very tickly, and so great sensory motor there.
Yep,
They have fun watching their handprints turn into a spider.
They do. And as you can see, my thumb got in the way because this is my spider. But that might happen, so look out for this art.
That's okay. It shows them that
exactly.
It's okay if they
make a mistake.
paint out of it. It doesn't have to look exactly the same.
Exactly.
It's Jackie.
In the morning.